Hey, how's it going, everybody? Got a lot of great news. This actually is a follow-up to the video I did just yesterday. We're talking about David Dorn. We're talking about the Crime Stoppers reward being at $46,000. So, Daily Mail UK. It didn't take long, baby. I love it. Man, 24, is charged with murder in the death of retired St. Louis Police Captain David Dorn, 77, who was shot dead protecting his friend's pawn shop from looters during the protests. Now, this was in St. Louis, if you recall. Step Fan Cannon, 24, was charged with first-degree murder in the death of retired police captain David Dorn. 24, probably life over already. We'll see. Obviously, you got to wait for the trial and everything, but Cannon was also charged with burglary, robbery, armed criminal action, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. What a winner. Wouldn't surprise me if they tried to set up a GoFundMe for him or tried to march in the streets in his honor, being the winner he is, and how winners like him generally get treated by certain individuals in society. Jimmy Robinson, 27, was charged with armed criminal action, stealing, and unlawful possession of a firearm and burglary. Authorities said Cannon was seen on surveillance cameras while allegedly looting Lee's Pawn and Jewelry store in St. Louis, Missouri. A stolen TV from Lee's Pawn and Jewelry was found inside Cannon's home. David Dorn was found dead in front of Lee's Pawn and Jewelry Tuesday morning. So that worked pretty quick, right? It took all of a week, not even that, to get him. Nice. Allegedly, of course. The alleged killer. The shooting and the theft at the shop was reportedly posted on Facebook Live. Police said he was protecting the shop from looters the night he was killed. Whoa, ha ha, woo! Hey, we're not going to read the whole thing. The main points usually cover it pretty good, but my man Step Fan here. Step Fan, everybody. A St. Louis man was charged with murder in the death of retired police captain David Dorn, who was shot dead in front of a pawn shop by suspected looters last week. Our boy Step Fan here has been charged with first-degree murder, burglary, you get it, a lot of things. Jimmy Robinson, okay, we also read about him. He was charged with armed criminal action, stealing, and unlawful possession of a firearm and burglary. All right, we'll skip ahead a little bit here, and I'll archive this, of course, in the description if you want to read the whole thing here. Fox 2 Now reports that Cannon was one of several people who were seen on surveillance footage after entering the pawn shop and stealing TVs. There's Mr. Dorn there. Cannon then reportedly walked toward the street corner with a gun in his hand. At the time the shots were fired, Cannon was the only person standing at that corner, according to a probable cause statement obtained by the New York Post. Multiple plumes of smoke were allegedly seen coming from where Cannon was standing on the street corner, and shell casings were later found. Court documents revealed that Cannon acknowledged that he was inside the pawn shop the night of Dorn's murder, and that he cut his hair to change his appearance. There were 5 other individuals. I wonder if they're going to be able to get one of these other 2 men, Step Fan, or the other gentleman to name any names, see if they live by the don't snitch code. The way I think about it is this. And obviously this is after the fact, so it totally doesn't mean anything in terms of this case, but I know that Mr. Dorn was a police officer, so obviously he's a bit of a badass. Doing it for 38 years, went on to do private security and some other stuff afterwards. So even at 77, I bet he could put up a good fight, for a guy that age or a guy 10 or 20 years younger. But if you're somebody who's 24 and you have to take his life, if you couldn't beat him, I mean, why not just punch the guy? Why not kick him in the butt, knock him to the ground? I mean, all over stupid stuff, right? Obviously, I'm not advocating for that violence, but God, I mean, if you can't beat up an old man and you're out here trying to steal stuff, I think you all get what I'm saying. I would have rather have seen him just take a beating and still be alive to this day over just petty stuff. It's material. To lose one's life over a television. What else did he get? Like I said, when you saw the video, if you've seen it, it was in the video I put up yesterday. You see them coming into the pawn shop, and the place was pretty much wiped out already, it looked like. The TV, what was the TV they stole? Is probably the stupid security TV. It looked like all the cases where stuff would have been had already been ransacked. Obviously, they didn't know that when they went inside, but God, I mean, over a TV. Senseless. All right, we'll just read a little bit more and kind of wrap it up. A stolen TV was found inside Cannon's home, and the serial number matched that of Lee's pawn and jewelry store. Cannon also admitted he became aware that his photograph being distributed after local authorities released CCTV footage from the pawn shop. CCTV footage showed a Pontiac G6 pull up alongside the store that night and reportedly showed Cannon entering with a driver. Cannon is being held without bail. In a statement from Kim Gardner, she cited police work and public outrage as what helped locate Cannon. All right, she gave a statement. I think you kind of get it. But one thing that's interesting here, 7 guys entered the store, but they're talking about him getting out of the G6 with the driver. They don't mention the other 5 guys, so it's possible that these guys just randomly came in off the street. What a coincidence, or I should say, if that's the case. Obviously, we don't know that it is right now, but if that were the case, can you imagine? First of all, you're a loser, a piece of garbage, but you go in to rob a place and you run right by this. Let's assume that you're one of those 5 other guys. You run right by this man just laying here bleeding, dying on the concrete. No humanity, right? Just the same as those individuals, and Officer Chauvin obviously, but those individuals who were on the sidewalk with Jorge Floyd, and they're just yelling, "Oh, get off of him. Bruh, he can't breathe. Check his pulse, bruh." But you didn't do nothing. You just watched that man die. So, where's the humanity, right? Not enough of it to go around, apparently. Well, thanks for watching the video, everybody. Like I said, this will be archived if you want to read the rest of the story. So, thanks again. Take care, everybody.